Welcome to Open Discussion. Thank you guys, as always. Appreciate you guys. Yes. Welcome. As always, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for always supporting, all your support. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that these videos and these live I'm doing, I'm hoping that they motivating someone. I'm hoping that someone able to learn something from what I'm doing. So, that make me feel good that I'm doing something that can change someone's life in a positive way, not the negative, in a positive way. Yes, so tonight, what we're going to talk about tonight is, gardening come from the mind, and is where you as an individual place yourself, or where you decide to, how far you decide to go. But as a gardener, I just want, even you're not a gardener, even you're trying to start gardening, even you trying or you planning to start gardening, you have to start from somewhere, because it comes from the mind. You got to start from somewhere and what you want to do. So tonight topic, this is not a topic to make anyone feel anyway. And remember, on this channel, Open Discussion, we do not discriminate. Everyone have a right to their own belief. We do not. We do not discriminate. You are who you are. I'm not here to change anyone's belief. All right. So the topic tonight is basically where you feel that the level you at in gardening. The reason why I'm saying this because I wanna talk to the people who now start doing gardening and who trying to learn something, and who trying to excel in growing food for themselves. So basically, I want to, like the level of gardening, the level. Are you at the beginning, or you in the middle, or you advance, or you are advanced gardener? So is the beginning, the middle, are you advance? Because in gardening, everyone, it takes time. And you're not going to graph everything overnight. And that's something you got to understand. Everything not going to come overnight. It's a learning process. So everything not going to come overnight. So I did a video today. I post a video today, and especially for the container gardeners. I did a video today for you guys. I want you guys to really check out that video for container gardening. That's a video I think you guys should definitely check out, especially the people who doing container garden. Definitely. Hi, Fifi Johnny, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes, that video will show you something. I did a demonstration, and I showed a video that how a way, a good way to really wet your plants. Yes. You know what? Okay, hold on. 1 second, guys. Okay, this is a video I upload today. I really want to show you guys this video because I just want, basically on this channel, we try to teach and encourage people. Hey, yeah, best life, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, we try to basically show people simple ways of gardening. It's not complicated, it's just some stage and steps that you just got to follow. And by doing this, you could become a master garden in less than, not in, definitely in a pretty short time. So I want you guys to watch this video
to run
and
out of that container. That means you throw in too much water. When you wet the plant, the water should just stay in the
oh man, the boffins.
container and soak the soil that the plants could able to get water, not for the water to run out of the container. So make sure, guys, make sure you wet your plant enough that the plants can able to get water, not for the water to run out of the container. Okay? I'm gonna show you something here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, in this container, this is a moringa. No, I'm pouring all this water into the moringa. You see what I'm saying? No, what's gonna start happening? You see what start happening? It start running out. What happening here is actually taking the nutrients out of the container. So don't throw that amount of water. Just throw enough to soak the plant, the soil that the plant can get the water. So all the mineral and the nutrient will remain in the container and not running out of the container like this one. Thank you guys for watching.
All right, guys. All right, guys. So this video, what I now show you guys, this is for container gardeners, not in ground. This is for container gardeners. No, sometimes we pour in, we planting our food in containers, and we add our little compost, our little organic compost with the organic matter and the mineral and the nutrient in that soil. But what could happen every day you get up and wetting this plant? What could be happening? The water you keep pouring into the plant, rushing the minerals and the nutrient out of that container. So now the soil is there, but it's not really feeding the plant because you already wash out the minerals. So what the video really about showing you, just throw enough to soak the soil that the plant can actually get water. Don't throw too much that it's gonna run out and run out to the bottom and all the nutrients running out the container. In gardening, is a lot to learn in gardening. And if you want to learn, you could teach your own self in the garden, because the more you do it, the more you're going to learn. And then sometimes if you learn something from someone, you could apply it, try it and see for yourself, see how it works for yourself. You see if it works for you. But these things, I don't care where you gardening, whether you garden, where part of the wall you gardening, there's certain principle that's just apply. Okay? Like for instance, the video I now show you, this it's a very important step in container gardening. And I know a lot of people is doing container garden, and I'm gonna be start talking a lot about container garden because I also do container garden. So you cannot be boiling the container with water. You cannot just hold a hose in the container and just hose down the container. You wet it, you wet it, you wet it. And what's gonna happen is gonna soak the dirt in the container, and the plant will able to suck the water. So when you do that, the nutrients still remain in the container. It's still there feeding the plant. But if you throw too much, it's going to wash it out, and then there's no nutrient. This is why sometimes our soil in the container is so sunny, because it don't have no nutrient inside it to actually feed the plant. So that's something to look into. That's something to look into. We in the fall, we heading for the fall hard. We heading for the fall hard. So we going into June, August. Then after August, we actually going into September. With September gonna be the fall season. In September gonna be the fall season. So now many people in the fall, all the fall, October, many people, the weather start changing for them. So fall is coming, and you be prepared, do what you got to do to make sure you can eat from your garden. Right now, you will have a long time to go before the frost. So start growing plants that can harvest before the frost. All right? Or you could plant plants that can deal with the frost. So think about these things, because you want to have food, you want to have vegetables, you want to have going through the summer, going through the winter, going through the fall, going through the winter. You're still able to harvest a few things. The fall is coming, and the way I set up my garden, I set up my garden in a way that it will produce, it will continue producing food. It will continue producing food right down till that last frost. And this is the way thing you guys got to learn, especially the new gardeners. You have to set up your garden that it can produce. Right, you plant in the spring, whatever you plant in the spring, most of it should able to produce right all through the spring, all through the summer, all through the fall, until that last frost. So you got to choose the things that can grow and produce within that for that long period of time. You know, you got to think about stuff that can, because at the end of the day, you have a short growing season. And your short growing season, you want food. You want as much food as you want. So you got to try fitting in place that you can able to have harvest in abundance within that short period of time. So these things is what we got to get into and be serious about it. And if you cannot remember, take notes. If you cannot remember, take notes, because you're supposed to excel every year. You're supposed to be better. You're supposed to get more knowledgeable every year. You're not supposed to remain the same place and you're doing garden. You're supposed to excel. Excel, because you're learning while you're doing your garden. You're learning, you're planting, you're learning, you're growing, you're learning, you're harvesting, you're learning. Everything should be a learning process. And if it's one thing you should learn, is how to get the most out of your garden. If it's one thing you should learn out of your garden, is to get the most out of that garden during that growing season. So yeah, so I plant in the spring. I barely plant anything after the spring. I barely plant anything after the spring. I push everything through the spring, and then everything just keep producing, 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 producing. So that's a good way to set up your garden. So now, when the last frost hit, when the last frost hit, what I start doing is, instead of me trying to plant, what I do, I grow garlics. I plant garlics in the fall. That's it. Then I start preparing my soil. I start preparing my soil, getting my soil ready through the winter, and just leave it right there. And in the spring, it's ready to go. So that's a way of maintaining your soil. And if you could maintain your soil like that for a period of time, it's going to create trust me, it's going to create a master. It's going to create something that, listen to me, that's only produce. All right? Hey, boy, Blue, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes. So set up yourself in ways of making the most out of your garden and collecting the most out of your garden. Meaning wisdom, understanding, and harvest. So at the end of the day, you're doing it for all the benefit that's there to offer. That's there for offer. All right. So when for the new gardeners, patient, very important. For every gardener, not really just new gardener. For every gardener, patient and discipline is very important in the garden. Patient, I say this a million times, but it's the truth. Patient and discipline, and also willing to learn. Also willing to learn. You never stop learning. Okay? Tonight, I'm gonna hit a few topics tonight. I know my topic is about gardening, but I will hit a few topics tonight. And hey, boy, Blue, thank you for coming to, man. Good night. What's up? Yes. Yeah, man. So this is gardening season. This is garden season. And what are we? What is our plan? What is our goal? What I mean, we growing the food, we harvesting. How we prepping these things? How we putting these things together? How we preserving them? Because at the end of the day, sometimes the harvest is in abundance and you cannot eat everything one time. And the harvest come in so fast that you got to figure out a way. How am I going to prepare? How am I going to put away? So this thing is just not about gardening. This thing is about way more than gardening. It's a big drag from gardening, because if after you done harvest, you got to clean, you got to put up, you got to save, you got to do all kind of stuff in this thing. So gardening is something special to me. I take it very serious because why? It's feed me and whoever around me. All right. So I take it very serious. I also watch. This is why I'm so serious about what I put around the garden, around my plants, because I have to eat it. So for the new gardeners, be patient, be humble, always willing to learn, have discipline within yourself, and you'll become a great gardener. Whatever you learn, no one cannot take it away from you. Only you could do that. All right? And you know what? I realized something. Sometimes, everyone born with a gift. Every one of us born with a gift. And even though we ain't born with a certain gift, that doesn't mean we cannot come and master it. If you don't born with it, that doesn't mean you can't master it. You still can master it. But everyone born with a gift. Everyone born with a gift. Yeah, everyone. But sometimes we got to activate them, because many people you see not really do it. It's because they're waiting for someone to activate their gift for them. They're waiting for someone to tell them, oh, you have this gift, man. Oh, like for instance, you have a beautiful voice and you could sing, but in your head, you ain't realize how great you could sing. You waiting for someone to tell you, oh man, you're a good singer. Oh wow, your voice is amazing. And that start making you feel a little better. Listen me. Sometimes you have to recognize your talent, your gift. You got to recognize it. Sometimes you cannot wait. You cannot wait for someone to recognize your talent for you, because sometimes you will never hear it. You understand? Or only if they can use it, use the talent you have and gain from it. That's when they're going to come. Most people, not everyone. Most of them, oh man, you got a good voice, man. You understand? So they tell you, and now you take you to different step. Now they could make a deal for you that, but at the same time, they're gaining from it too. Other than that, they hear your voice, and so you as an individual have to recognize your talent and your gift. Yes. Hey, life from scratch, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I'm doing great. All right, all right. Thank you, boy Blue. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Happy to. All right, all right. All right. Sometimes people are just afraid to step out and take a chance. That's true. That's true, because a lot of people scared to fail. A lot of people scared to try something and fail. A lot of people don't want to fail. But failing does not mean it's over. Failing does not. Let me tell you something. Sometimes in life, the reason why we fail sometimes is because of the timing. Because of the timing, the time we choose. Sometimes that's what brings failure. And not really failure, it just didn't work. But that does not mean you should give up. It's like you plant, it's like you go out in your garden and you plant some plants and they look pretty nice. And then one day you go out and you see all of them just dry up and dry down. That doesn't mean you fail. That just means something happened. But that does not mean you should not get more plants and go out there and plant again. You see what I'm saying? That shouldn't stop you. And this is where going on. A lot of us feel like if we do something and it ain't work out, then they get disappointed, they get stressed out. No, sometimes you just got to shake it off and start again. You just got to shake it off and start again, because that's the only how. If you as a person that give up on everything, then it's going to be very difficult for you to accomplish stuff, because anyhow you meet a roadblock, you give up. And give up should not be an option. You should always try. If you, let me ask you something. My door, oh man, let me ask you something. If you on the road driving, and you know, these things might sound simple, right? These little gesture I'm giving might sound simple, but think about them. If you're driving on the road, and when you're driving, a tree fall down in the road, right? And you cannot go beyond, but you have a destination that you got to reach. Maybe home. Maybe you got to go home, right? And the tree fall now, what you're going to do? You're going to sit down there and wait, or you're going to turn around and figure out another way to get home or to get to the destination you want to go. So that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't give up because you meet an obstacle. And like Boy Blue now said, some people scared to step out, but you cannot be scared to step out. You just got to do what you got to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. And sometimes it's just not the right time. Sometimes the timing is important sometimes. You see, in gardening, right? In the winter, in the spring, you got food to plant, right? Now you got food to plant, and then guess what? You cannot bring them out until the right time. Because if you bring them out before that time, the coldness is gonna destroy them. So everything walk on time at the right time. This is why sometimes we gotta, this is why we gotta pay more attention to ourselves. Pay attention to yourself and see the effect of something you do. You did something, see the effect. You gotta be mindful. You gotta be mindful of the result you get from everything you do. You know, sometimes we do stuff just reckless and whatever, and we're not looking at the effect and the result from what we know, what we did. So sometimes it's good to pay attention to ourselves and learn about ourselves. Because you see, distraction is real, you know. Listen to me. Distraction is real. Let me tell you how distraction is real. Yes, let me tell you how distraction is real. Distraction is so real that it will take you from, you will be living a certain way, right? And you cannot see the way you live in because you're so distracted. You're so distracted out there, and you cannot see what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right. You cannot see. You cannot see what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right. So you more focus on out there, the distraction, what's going on out there. And you're not even paying attention to the things that can actually better your life. Things coming before you that can change your life, but you're too blind to see. We're too blind to see the thing that can change our life because we focus on out there and not ourselves and what we're doing. So in the garden, it's basically the same thing in the garden. It ain't nothing different. Once you're growing food, you got to focus on growing these plants. You got to focus on the plants. You got to pay attention. You got to study them. You understand? You cannot be out there. You understand? You have to give them time. So by doing that, you're going to learn about them. Nobody wouldn't have to tell you about them because over the years, you have learned so much that when you could detect things from just looking. From just looking, you can detect something in right. And this is gardening and this is our life as well. But we got to pay attention. We got to pay attention. So that's really what's for the new gardeners that really striving and trying to grow something. I know there's a lot of people out here that actually really want to grow something for their family, really want to learn because a lot of people did not have the chance to see these things happen, to actually plant something and see it grow. Yes, they did flowers, but food. So there's people out here who willingly want to learn about growing. This is why I take the time out. This is why I take the time out and share so much. Because there's so much people want to learn and willing to learn. So the new gardeners, don't give up. Stay focused. Be positive. And if you're growing something, pay attention to them. Watch them. Watch how they're growing. When you do something for them, watch the reaction. I know it's not gonna come easy. I know it's not gonna be overnight, but at the same time, the more you do it, the more you're gonna understand. All right. So I'm gonna move on from the new gardener and to the middle, because we're talking about the new gardeners. Are we talking about the middle? When I say middle, a little more advanced, under advanced. Okay. Sometimes we in the middle and we're trying and we're learning. But sometimes the problem is our ego get before us. And by our ego get before us, it kind of block us from excelling to advance. Because what little you know, or what little we know, we believe we know it all. And in this thing, it ain't no such thing as know it all. What it is every year you should get better and better. But sometimes our ego blocks us from learning. So we got to be more open and more disciplined and more understanding and more patient. All right, and have an open mind, willing to learn, because it's so much to learn. You cannot learn everything in a lifetime. And if anyone tell you that, I don't know what to say. But you could never finish learning in this thing. Because every day you put your foot out there is something new for you to learn. So feeling that you know enough and close up your mind, that's ignorance. Because you're not going to learn nothing in that form. You're giving up the ability for you to learn. You're closing that door. When there's so much still to learn. Yes, you're a gardener. You grow your own food. Yes. And you're able to harvest. Yes. But that doesn't mean you know everything. So gardening is something we never stop learning. We always try to advance. We always try to get to another level, another understanding that about what you're growing. You want to get the most out of your plant within your short growing season. You want to get the most out of it. So what you do, you willingly open up and learn. What can I do to get better result from my garden? And just open up and you will learn. All right? So to people who more advanced now, even though you're more advanced, that does not mean you still know everything. That does not mean you know everything. That means you reach to a level and you have an open mind. It proves that you open and willing to learn. It proves that you as a person that humble and understand that is way more to learn than what I learn here. You know? So we never stop learning and we will always be learning something every day. So even though you as an advanced gardener, you still learning every day. You might know more, but you're still learning. And it's not just growing food. It's not just growing food. If it's very true, I had to learn different ways to preserve my food. Definitely. It's not even just about growing the food, man. You still, because you harvesting food every day. You going in your garden every day and bring out food. You have to able for preserve them. And yes, a lot of people sharing videos about how to preserve, and it's helpful. It's actually helpful because it's helping. It helping me, it helping other people to able to ways of preserving their food after they grow them. What I know for a fact and what I know, I'm not growing too much food that cannot store for themselves. When I say store for themselves, I'm meaning like I can put them in an area in a box and they could be fine. I'm not growing too much stuff that I got to put in the fridge or I got to put on freeze. Listen to me, I'm not saying that I wouldn't grow them. I'm just saying the most I will be growing is food that can last for months without anything. You see what I'm saying? So as a as a gardener that more advanced, you still learning. You never stop learning. For the new gardeners, back to the new gardeners, if you are a container garden, what I'll say to you, I will get the garden, them container together in the fall and leave them outdoors and just let them do their thing until you're ready for the spring. Okay? I'm going to do a whole live or maybe a whole video about container garden for new gardeners. A whole live or a video for container gardening for new gardeners. Yes, I think that's very important. Yes, because my thing is to help others who interested in growing their food. That's my goal. Help others. I will really like to see many of us growing our own food and have beautiful green looking garden that produce in abundance. That's one of my dreams. That's something I will love to see. But at the end of the day, I cannot pressure anyone to grow their own food. That's got to be something you want to do. That's got to be something you want to do. Yes, that's got to be something you want to do. All right. So, how you guys doing tonight? What's going on? Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate you guys. All right. So, let me see if I can find a video, guys, to, get this, you know me already. I got to show something. And what I've noticed the garden season is, I don't know, man. A few years ago, I think I was seeing more in gardening. I think this year, the videos for gardening is really, really, I'm not seeing much this year. I'm really not seeing much. So I just want to encourage the people. I just want to encourage the people to actually grow something, but it's got to be your decision. I cannot force you into growing your own food. Okay. I'm looking for a video here, guys. I want to show a video. An old video I'm looking for, really. An old video. Because I just want to show you guys, because you see, gardening come from, I think it's come from the mind, and I think it's in everyone, but everyone got to be willing to want to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? Everyone got to be willing and want to do it. I can encourage you, but that doesn't mean it's something you want to do. Hey, Sissy, Texas Garden, how you doing? Okay, let me see. Gardening has changed so much over the years. Okay. But I'm still loving doing it, definitely. All right, thank you, Sissy, Texas Garden. How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Yes, I'm trying to find an old video here. Guys, I'm going to show you a video. Why I'm showing this video tonight, when you were much younger. No, not really, not really. Not really, not really. Not really. But let me show this video. I'm gonna show you. The reason why I'm showing this video. I want to show this video because I want you to understand staying away from your garden, what the cause, what can happen by you staying away from your garden and not paying attention to your garden, and the struggle and that you could face. Like I was talking before, when you face these struggle, that doesn't mean you give up. What you do, you continue. And you, so I'm going to show you guys this video that really could make a person, this kind of video could really make a person decide, oh man, I can't do this. You see what I'm saying? Today I'm going to show you, if you look at these leaves right here, you see how they've holes everywhere. So I'm going to show you what is causing all these holes in my cabbage, my collard greens, everything. You see, this is exactly what creating all these holes, these worms. So what I'm going to do now, all I got to do is try to get rid of these worms. Or if I don't, I would not. All these, I'm going to lose all of them. This is my collard greens right here. You see, it ain't that bad right now, but I'm just showing you now what could make you lose your whole crop. These kinds of worms, they will eat the whole crop down and you will not able to reap, harvest anything. Welcome to Planters TV. Please subscribe, like, and share. So all you got to do here now is get rid of them. I don't like to put chemicals. I don't like to put chemicals on my plants then. So you got to figure out how you want to do it. You could go to the store and you could spray them, or you could just get rid of them however you can. But you have to get rid of them or you would not reap anything at all. These are healthy and nice, but if the worms get on these, I wouldn't able to harvest anything. You see over there, all them, they're eating them out. So it's important, once you start seeing these holes, you start looking your plant and observe your plant because you have something inside. Okay, guys. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Yes. You see what I'm saying? These kind of things could make you give up on growing food. But you know what? Even though I went through that challenge that year, that didn't stop me from growing food. I continue. I grow more food. You see, what happened there was I stay away from the garden for about 3 weeks. I was really busy and I stay away for about 3 weeks. And when I come back, this is what I saw. These worms take over all my cabbage, Brussels sprout, everything these worms take over. So why I show this video is to show you you cannot stay away from your garden. You cannot just grow plant food and grow and believe that's it. You got to take time and you got to take care of the plants them. I know that struggle. Yes, that they take down all, you know what I mean? So you got to take time. You got to spend time. You left your, yes, for 3 weeks. I was doing some work and then I'm leaving all in the morning, come back late. So I wasn't able to do as much. And that's what happened. So staying away from your garden is not, don't do that to yourself. You have to take care of them. And then this video also give you an idea of the, because I want people to understand. Yes, you could see people with a nice, beautiful garden, but sometimes people go through some real struggle in this thing, where the bugs really walking on your garden, eating up your garden, eating up your plants, eating up the root of your plants. Some people go through a whole lot. Some people go through a whole lot in gardening. So I just want to make sure, I just want to give an idea that these things could happen. But I'm not telling you it, I want you to see it, but don't give up. Because this was an old video years ago. But guess what? What it has done to me, this video, what it has done to me, it made me realize, okay, you got to do something. What if you got to walk again and you have your garden? What you gonna do? You see what I'm saying? This is when I come up and realize, is either you use vinegar and water, like my grandmother used to use vinegar and water. Is either you use vinegar and water, which I did use for a period of time. Then I say, you know what? I got to come up with something different. And what I come up different with is attracting boards in the garden. And by me attracting the boards, no, the boards do the work for me. So the boards take that boarding. That boarding I used to deal with, the board take it from me. So you got to design your garden in the way that works for you. You got to create it in a way that it works for you. You cannot run the boards. Even you might feel like the boards might be eating off some of your fruits then. Just remember, even the boards eat some of your fruits. It's saving some of your crop. So don't run them away, invite them. Because even they eat some of your fruit, they're saving some of your crop and they eliminate you from the spraying. You spraying and you spraying. It eliminates you from spraying. So I try to set it up in a way like nature. Just let nature do the work. I just plant, clean up, and just let nature do the work in the garden. It's a blessing to able to do that. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's really not going to happen overnight. But over the years, once you're a gardener, put your mind to it, keep learning, keep pushing, and yes, you will get there. Sometimes people don't show what's going on. They only show the best part. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true, Texas. That's true, Sissy, Texas Garden. That is so true. Wait. Let me go. Wait, how this screen looking like this? The WAPs help me in the garden. They come and take the. All right, you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You have to have things that helps you, so eliminate you from have to be spraying. You see? All right, guys, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second. Yes, you're right. A lot of people don't show the struggle in the garden. I used to get my struggle, but over the years, I have come to a place where I at least master that, because I was trying to figure out how am I gonna get these bugs out my garden without a next way to eliminate bugs that eat, like you have a lot of bugs that eats up your roots, like the roots of your plant. Believe it or not, if you think that caterpillar and hornworms and them bad, which they bad, which they will do you real harm. But listen to me. At least, at least you could do what you got to do. You could get some vinegar. You could spray them. At least you could do that. But let me tell you, there's some insect that's feed off the roots of your plant. You see what I'm saying? The roots, and sometimes you don't know what's going on because you're not seeing them. They're underneath there, feeding off the roots of your plant, and all you're seeing is the leaves start to look, yellowish, and you wondering, oh man, this plant might need water. No, it don't need no water. What happening? That insect down in there eating the root. They feed off the root of your plant. So that's what you don't want to have in your garden. And many times, how these things get in our garden is by what we put in our garden. Meaning, sometimes we put stuff in our compost. Sometimes we put stuff direct in our garden. Sometimes you might buy, like for instance, you eating a fruit, and when you look, you see the fruit look like, damn, this fruit look like it's spoiled. And what you do, you throw it in your compost pile. Right? I'm gonna show you. Let me read what Fifi Johnny say, and I'm gonna show you a video of what you could be introducing to your compost pile. All right? Give me 1 second. That's why I show everything, because every garden has challenge, especially with the challenging weather. All right. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Don't say that plant. Don't say what. Anyhow, yes, it's dangerous. Yes, for real. Let me show you a video why you don't need to put things, bad fruits in your soil. Let me show you a video showing that, right? All right, 1 second, guys. Welcome to Plant a Garden TV. How you guys doing today? All right, guys, these are some peach I now pick from off my peach tree. These are some huge peach. The peach grow a lot of huge peach, but I noticed something keep happening. This is my second year. This situation keep occurring. For the second year now, you will see it start out like this. It's like this, then it will spread all over the whole peach. So once and for all, let's open this thing and see what could be causing this problem. So I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna dig up inside of it just to see what can be in this peach, in these peach, causing this kind of decay, like a disease or something. Oh, oh, look at this, guys. Look, do you see what's going on here? This, you see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Why you don't bring certain vegetables in your compost pile. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You see, a worm, and this type of worm, what they do, they go inside the peach and they start doing whatever and start decaying the whole peach. So now they go into this hole and they just spread and cover the whole peach. So now you got to be careful eating these peach because this worm can be in the peach. You see what I'm saying? Look it right there, a worm. This type of worm, this is wow. I finally caught the situation. Wow. Guys, I hope this video can motivate someone today. When you have this problem, you notice this problem, you have worms that inside them. No, I gotta find something organic that I create to keep from happening. This is the second year. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Peace, love, and bless. Okay. All right. You see, so now guys, you see what I'm saying, right? This is why I'm saying you could be eating a fruit, right? And you see what I'm saying? You could be eating a fruit. And by eating the fruit, you look and you see the fruit look spoiled. And by you doing that, now you decide, man, no, I can't eat this. Pop in your compost pile. Don't you see? This video shows you it's not a good idea. And I've been talking about this for years. And I actually able to show a video why fruits, if you have a fruit, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's spoiled, that doesn't mean you throw it in a compost pile. Sometimes what you need to do is get rid of it. Take it off your property. Because in that fruit, there could be so many eggs in that fruit that you throw that in your compost pile. Now you create a whole type of insect, and not insect that you want, is insect that actually destroying your crop. Because believe it or not, this worm was in a lot of my peach. I didn't even eat my peach them, because when I see what happening there, I didn't even eat them. I did not eat them because you might be eating one, and then the eggs get down inside you. Know you have a bunch of these inside you. So what I'm showing guys is I'm just showing you guys things to basically open your eyes to things. I don't just talk about things. I'm gonna look for, after the proof, then talk about it. You see? Okay. I've learned so much from your channel. I don't know why. Uh, there no more. Well, I understand you, sis. I understand you, sis. But you know, it's all I understand you. I understand. Yes, but you know what? I'm grateful that you guys here and here with me, and at least understanding what I'm doing and understanding the kind of information I'm giving and sharing. So thank you, Sissy, Texas Garden. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Those worms also bow the soft stem of the trees. I've been seeing them on one of my apple tree. Okay. Okay. I think the same. Yes, listen me. I've been doing live, and all I try to do is put information in all my videos. Information. So once you come here, you must leave with something. some kind of information, but it's just for the people who interested. If I guess people don't want to garden, I guess people don't want to grow food. I guess people comfortable when situation come that they got to go to the store and they don't have this or they only could get one. You know, it's cool. I appreciate you guys here. Thank you guys for at least being here and hearing what I got to say. Thank you. I will add those by voice worms at all. Oh, yes. Yes, that just means we will have great garden with big warm stick. Exactly. Exactly. Because the thing is, I'm actually showing. I'm not just, the thing about it is, there's a lot of you, a lot of us doing gardening channel, and we all do it different. But some people is not sure, they will not show you their remedy and how they do their garden. They will not show you. That's their secret. You ain't gonna know that because they will not tell you. But me, I show you, I share it. But ain't much people interested, but I'm just appreciating you guys for understanding. And yes, if you follow the way plan to do his thing, you're gonna get big warm snake running around in your garden. Oh yes. Because we want to see everybody with successful garden. We don't want to have big, beautiful garden and see other people gardening. No, I don't. No, that's not gonna make me feel good. There's people who gonna love that, but that ain't gonna make me feel good. Watching you struggling with your garden and mine look big and beautiful. No, this is why you know. Listen to me. I take time. I could be in my bed. I could be watching a movie. I could be relaxing myself. I could just be spending time with my family. But I choose to come up here and share this type of information. But guess what? I believe one day the people who really need it might get it. But thank you guys for see what I'm doing. Appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sissy Texas Garden. You're welcome. Garden, I've did a video with my warm snake too. That's why I follow this channel. Get the motivation and encourage to continue. That's it. That's it. Following me in gardening, you ain't going wrong. You ain't going wrong. You ain't going wrong. And I present myself at times that if you have question, you could always, I'm open to question from time to time. So if you have question, you could always reach out and ask me question about growing food because I want to see everybody successful. I don't want to see I'm up, oh my God, and other people struggling. No, this is why I create this for new gardeners, whoever interested could learn something. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys too. No joke about it. No joke about it. Yes. But guys, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. As a gardener or whatever name you want to call yourself, as somebody who growing their own food, as just try to pay attention in your garden, pay attention to your soil, pay attention to your plants, pay attention to what's going on in your garden. And every time, right, our farmer whatever you want to label yourself under, just pay attention in your garden. And if you want to get better, pay attention, have patience, have discipline, and when you stand for something, you got to be about it. If you decide you want to be an organic gardener, you got to stand for it. You cannot get distracted because there's a lot of people out there presenting a lot of product. And most of the product, that doesn't mean there is 100% organic. So at the end of the day, you got to decide which route you want to take. Do you want to take the organic, or you want to take the where you can use whatever in your garden? With me, oh yes, you guys are farmers. Whatever you decide to put under your name, you guys are farmers. Nothing wrong with that. And nobody can tell you you're not. All right? Nobody cannot tell you you're not a farmer. That's right. Yep. Thank you, Planter, for always sharing your knowledge and experience. You're welcome, Boy Blue. Thank you to man for always coming through, man. Thank you for the support, man. Appreciate you guys. Yes. So that's the blueprint. Patient, discipline, open mind, willing to learn. Once you have that, you good. I'm telling you, once you have that, you good. Never feel you know too much. Never feel you know everything. Always believe that there's more to learn. Okay? And the truth is, gardening is not a competition. Garden is not, this thing is not a competition. This thing is about people growing food and show what they, you see what I'm saying? Because the way I'm not competing with anyone, I'm just doing my thing. And that's how I got to feel. You not compete, you just growing your food. All right? Okay, I think I have another video I want to show you guys tonight again. Give me 1 second, all right? Yes. This is special, man. Gardening is a special thing, guys. Special thing. Something to provide food for you? Oh, yes. I'm looking for an older video. I'm looking for a video because I'm trying to give you guys a video that's I was actually talking about, bringing nature into your garden. How you bring nature into your garden? I'm looking for a video. Let me see. That was last year. Okay. That was all the last year. So, okay. 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 All right, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a video here. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Let me see what's in the chat. Okay, Fifi say. It's about being able to provide for your definitely, definitely. Yes, you see how things are going. All right, okay. Okay, so let me give you guys this video here. Present. This is a video, one of your kind of more understanding. It's about 10 minutes. If you feel like watching it, you can. Just an understanding of how I introduce nature into the garden and things I create for the boards. And okay, let me 1 second. Share screen.
You can get in the bushes if you have access to it. Like if you have some bushes close to you, there's a lot of resources you can find within those bushes. All right. I'm gonna show you a few things with this tree trunk. All right. Right now, this tree trunk is breaking down. It ain't break down as yet, but it's getting there. And watch, look at this. Do you guys see what I'm talking about when I talking about rich with everything inside of it? This is what you call compost, natural compost. When nature break it down, it have everything it need inside of it to feed your plants. I'm just showing you. It ain't break down as yet, but the richness, watch. When you squeeze it, the juice, watch. You see the juice? The juice that squeeze out of this soil. This is amazing soil. So what we do, we take this into the garden. So this is how we take nature into our garden. So let's go back to the garden. Let me show you what we did. You see this whole tree gonna be breaking down, and then every year you can come and scrape and get whatever you want from this plant. All right, so let's go back to garden is something we gotta be entwined with certain things, because gardening is not just about planting some food. If that's all you're doing gardening for, well, you're missing out a whole lot, because gardening come with tons of benefits. Okay? When you're in here, you feel the energy, that pure energy that flourishing through the plants, that pure energy that gives you the time to think and motivate yourself into different angles. Nature, the beauty of nature, how beautiful the beauty of nature. And we using out a whole lot, we using out a whole lot when we take nature out of our life. Because the trees is amazing, the birds is amazing, everything is amazing. We might scared of the snake, but the snake does their part as well within nature. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they feel they got to defend themselves, and yes, they will do whatever it takes to defend themselves, just like us. They have that instinct with them. So when you come in, you got to be protected in some form or the other. You know, your shoes. You need a shoe, something like this. In case you walk and mash something, you can protect yourself. Here we already start seeing mushroom start growing. Yeah, this is mushroom start growing. So this is what we're talking about nature, the trail of nature. Connect with your garden. How you connect your garden with nature. You bring stuff from nature into your garden and you make your garden like the Garden of Eden, that special place is not just for you to grow food, it's for you to be able to meditate and find peace within yourself.
Mm-mm.
Okay. You know, nature is something we all have that instinct about and we all connected to, but because of circumstances, we had lost the connection. Okay, so now if you want to find that connection into nature, you got to get yourself back to nature and get that connection that you can start to see nature for what it is. When you have a garden, you have to invite the butterfly. You got to invite the birds. You got to invite nature itself within your garden. Because when you invite nature in your garden, you create a space where you can find that place of peace. So this is the compost. And look, you see the worm. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do, I'm bringing nature into my garden. So now what I do, I add this around my plant. So this is how we introduce nature in our garden. Okay? So now, once you introduce nature into your garden, the energy of life enter your garden, and you have to maintain that. You got to keep it that way. Because if you ain't maintain that, strange thing could start happening. Okay? So this is what I gotta show you here. These squash coming along pretty decent. Okay, so I don't want to show you too much of my garden now because I want it to be a surprise on my next garden too. But I want to show you something. This is the kind of product you get from these gardens. When nature involved, purity is involved, these are kind of product you get from these gardens. All right. So now I'm gonna show you a place where I create. This is a place I create for the birds. So the birds can come and land right here and have a look over the garden. The bird can also eat the insect that we don't need inside of here. And the birds help protect your garden. If you notice, you're gonna see you barely see any form of bug in this garden because I've created place for the bird to come and land and rest at peace. So this is one area where I create for the bird to have a good time. Okay, this is my blueberry then, and they start ripening. They start ripening, you know. So let me show you something again, guys. Look at these sunflower seeds. This one is over 8 feet tall, heading for 9 feet right at this moment. All right. So let me show you what's going on right in this area. In this area, this is another place for the birds to relax. This is another on these sticks. On these sticks, the birds can come and land and look over your garden. They can what insect they could feed from your garden. So they help clean your garden. They help protect your garden. Okay. So now what I have here now is tomatoes. And if you notice the tomatoes them, you ain't see no bug eating nothing. You everything just looking clean and nice and fresh. There's no insect up in here eating up anything because we invite nature into our garden. We don't run nature away. We invite nature and we connect nature to our garden. So, okay, so now we have some ripe tomatoes. So I'm just gonna pick the ripe ones. Have ripe one going all up there, but sometimes it's good to leave the ripe ones because the ripe one allow the others to ripen faster. So this one for me to eat, but I'm gonna leave the rest to bring ripe in the others. And at the same time, we cut unwanted leaves, leaves that really not necessary. Because like we say, we growing tomatoes, not leaves. Okay? So yes, guys, you see ripe tomatoes all the way come up here, everywhere. This whole bunch need picking, but I think I want to do a video harvesting these tomatoes, so I'm gonna leave it with that. So what that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. How you invite nature in your garden and why it's important for us to invite nature in our garden, because our garden is not just for us to eat. It's a place where you could come and find peace, where you can feel the love, where you can feel the blessings that before us. Peace and love. Blessing to all.
Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoy that video. Eddie Moon, what's up? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes, so basically, this is a video that I give you guys the whole rundown from in the bushes, come right back out, and even show you how I design the areas, put the sticks up for the boards, because these boards, well, I call them my boards now, because I sure you was hearing them in the video. You was hearing them chirping, right? Many boards around there. So these boards is what clean the garden. So you don't need to be running the boards away from your garden. No, you need to bring them in the garden, not run them, bring them in. So yes, I hope that video give an understanding of what I've been saying about inviting nature to your garden, because I've been doing it for years and it works for me. Maybe you could try as well. Maybe it might work for you as well. But gardening is a special thing to me. I don't know for anyone else. I know for me, I take it very serious. I do not put anything around my plants. I just allow nature, me and nature, to do what is right, in the garden. No chemical, no form of chemical, period. We use only leaf, weed from in the garden, and the tree chunks them. And I just want to let you guys know that you can do it too. And even the thing about it is, even though your soil mightn't be as, you might feel that your soil ain't that good as you want it to, that doesn't stop you from planting. You could still plant, but over all you got to do, just keep maintaining your soil, and it will get better. It will get better. You will make your soil come into a way that everything you plant grow. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what you plant, it's gonna grow. That it doesn't matter what you plant, it's gonna grow. Sometimes, I'm gonna tell you this, sometimes, people might say they are green thumb. But sometimes it's that soil, man. That soil gravitate. So from the time you dip that root down in the soil, it automatically put it in a place where it's ready to grow. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Be positive, man, and know what you want, and stand for what you want when come to gardening. It's your choice and what you want to grow and how you want to grow it. That's your choice. But for me, if I'm looking for healthy food and I'm spending hours trying to grow healthy food, I'm going to try to do it the best way possible for me. I'm going to try to grow it the most natural way possible for me, because I'm eating it and I want to be healthy. So it's up to you guys. You know what I'm saying? And guys, don't forget, I have an organic fertilizer coming very soon that I'm thinking you guys, I don't think you guys want to miss this. All right? Very soon, an organic fertilizer will be available very soon. So if you're interested, you could always email me, or just let me know. But it will be available pretty soon, and I'm not sure if there's anyone in here. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Boy Blue. I appreciate that, man. Oh, all right. Let me see if I find this video. This video is about a result. No, I don't think it's this video. Hold on. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I want to show you a video because I want to give you guys an idea in case you wasn't here. It can give you an idea of exactly what I'm talking about. Let me see. Where is that video? Where's the video? Hold on. Oh, this one. All right. Okay, guys. 1 second, guys. 1 second. You're welcome. Thank you, Texas. Thank you, Sissy Texas Garden, for coming through. I appreciate you. All right. You have a good night. All right. Thank you.
Well, guys, this is a magical juice. This juice is 100% organic. The ingredients are amazing. And I've been working on this project for a while now. A while. And by doing my own experiment, I have experimented something, guys. This super juice has created history. This super juice have created history. And it will be going on sale pretty soon. Now, let me show you the result from this super juice. All right, these are some peppers. All these peppers, I plant them the same time. This one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. These seven peppers, what I did, I only add my super juice. I only add my super juice. And this super juice is amazing. This super juice is
All right, guys. Man, sorry for that, man. I don't know what now happened there. Sorry for that. Wow. Sorry for that, guys. But yes, guys, like I was showing you guys, I was showing you that, there's an organic fertilizer that I create that basically it's an amazing product. Yes, I'm back. Sorry for that. It's an amazing product and it works beautiful. Oh yes. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Now let me just leave it like that. I ain't even gonna go back there. But anyhow, it's an amazing product and it will be available pretty soon. So hey Mike, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Who else here? Is anyone else? I don't know. The thing froze. I'm not sure what's going on. But thanks everyone for coming through. I appreciate you guys. Duty Junior. Oh, hi Duty Junior. What's going on? Yes, guys. So yes, I have created this. I've been working on this thing for a while now. For a while now, and all right, all right. For a while now, and I actually tried it for my own self. And by trying it for my own self, I see some wonderful results, some remarkable results, and I'm willing to, you know what? I'm for my members, I'm gonna definitely have a giveaway for my members, them that they could actually test this thing and basically talk about it. At least when after they get the result, at least they could say something about it. Oh yes. Oh, Angela Garden Delight. Oh, thank you, Angela Garden Delight. Sorry, guys. Oh, wow. Sorry for that. Sorry for that, guys. Musky. Let me see. I was in the bushes cooking dinner. Okay, okay. Musky, Mactier, and D-Mood came in also. All right, all right. So, okay. Thanks, everybody, for coming in, man. Sorry, the internet froze up. I don't know why. Sorry for that. But for that, we're gonna continue what we was talking about. Yes. Yes. So this thing, man, it's really works. It has I'm used to growing huge peppers. I'm always growing huge peppers. But with this product, it shows me a whole different ball game, man. You know what I mean? And it's natural and it blends in with the environment. You ain't got to worry about, destroying your plant. You ain't got to worry about burning down your plant. You ain't got to worry about all these things. What we got to worry about is this thing helps your plants to produce in abundance. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. And yo, so how you guys doing tonight? What's going on? How you guys doing tonight? What's going on? How the garden going? D-Mood, you still here? How your garden doing? D-Mood, what's going on? Hope your garden doing wonderful, man. Good to see you, man. I ain't see you for a long time, D-Mood. Okay, you know what? Let me find a video. Give me a second, guys. I want to find another video that I really want to show you guys tonight. Give me 1 second. God is doing good. Wonderful, wonderful. Good to hear that, man. Good to hear that. A flower bud on a ginger plant, you mean? You know what? I'm not sure the mood for real. I can't remember seeing bugs on a ginger plant. I'm not sure. What, me you see a few of them? Nah, I'm not sure. Okay. Plant a Garden TV. How you all doing today? Today is gonna be an interview from Chris. You could go to his YouTube channel and you could check out his channel. I'm gonna put the channel in the description. We gotta support each other. But today is gonna be an interview about gardening. Please excuse the garden. I have a lot of bush, but I'm walking on it. All right, peace and love.
Okay. When did you think about planting a garden?
You know, I grew up doing gardening, and because I grew up doing gardening, it's always in my mind. I want to do gardening, but it's just the space I needed at the time. I remember when I used to, my backyard was sand from the beach, and I used to go and dig hole and throw down inside that hole and plant vegetables. So I always want to plant garden because it's in me from very young.
Okay. Who taught you how to plant?
Well, honestly, my brother, he really poured the knowledge of planting a garden. My father also teach me. My mother, I watch her plant. So I learned from those three people, my brother, my father, and my mother. Okay, so from learning from them and what they do, it stick in my head. All right, and over the years, I keep planting and I keep learning.
Okay. Why do you plant so much?
All right, I have a lot of different variety of plant in the garden. I have the edo, I have the sweet pepper, I have squash, I have beans, I have tomatoes, I have okras, I have cucumber, I have, man, you just name it, collard greens, I have kale, potato, lots of different variety. But why I plant so much? Because I want to able to, instead of me got to go and buy, I could able to supply myself and my family. So I plant a little bit of everything, and it's really helpful to me. Okay, so this is why I try to plant different variety, because it can feed me and my family and right through the year.
Okay. How much money do you spend on this whole garden?
Well, honestly, I spend about $50 on this garden. I ain't spend a dime more than $50. The reason why I spend $50 on the garden, the tomato, I set my own seed. The pepper, I set my own seed. The squash, I set my own seed. Everything in here, just a few things I purchase. The manure, I go and get my own manure. I mix my own compost. So I don't really need to go to the store and purchase too much, because I have everything here and I understand how to make compost. So if you want to save money, use seed, your own seeds. That's how I plant this garden for $50.
Okay. Do you give food to people who need it?
Well, I give food all the time. This garden you could harvest every day. I can show you today I'm able to harvest a few things from this garden. You could harvest from this garden every day. So I have more than enough to give away. So yes, I give my neighbors them, I give my cousin, I give different people at different time food from this garden. This garden been feeding me from since March, April, and we in August, and it's still providing. So I have enough to give to others.
Okay. Do you encourage people to start planting?
Yes, I do. I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is at Plant a Garden TV. I teach, I show the whole progress of my garden. I show how I plant, I show how I take care of them, I show how I harvest. So if you check out my channel, you want to see I have lots of videos that you could learn something from.
Okay. How do you spend so much time in your garden?
You're hovering, wondering if you click buy or book.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. This is an interview I had. So let's go back again. All right.
Have to be in here getting rid of these weeds. And like these are eggplant. This plant is eggplant. Some people going to believe is elephant ears. No, this is edo, and this is a plant that you can eat. If you look in my channel at Plant a Garden TV about the edo plant, it's gonna show you the edo plant and it's gonna give you the information about edo plant.
Okay. Why do you plant so much different plants?
The reason I plant so much different plants, honestly, a lot of the plants I do experiment. So I try to plant a little of everything to see the progress, to see if it want me planting it next season. So a lot of them is just experiment to see the progress of if they're able to produce in this area or not. If they're not producing, then I wouldn't plant them. But if I see they're producing, I'm gonna keep planting. So that's the reason why I plant a different variety. Also, if I plant different variety, I can able to feed my family. Squash, pepper. potato, okra, all these different variety I can able to pick from this garden. So I really don't have to go to the store. I can come to my garden and get food every day.
Do you share this information with others?
Yes, I share this information at all time. Check out my YouTube channel. I have a lot, I have over 300 videos on my YouTube channel with lots of information that everyone could learn from. I even have students that I bring to this garden that plant their own little area. These pepper, these are the student pepper. They plant these. So I try to teach, I try to give back. So the more food I get, I'm more able to give to others. And that's a blessing for me to able to give to others.
Okay. How do you manage to harvest from your garden every day?
Well, you know what? It's a trick to that. It's a trick to able to harvest from your garden every day. Is a trick. And the trick is you gotta know the plants. You gotta know the plants and you gotta know how long the plant takes to produce or able for you to harvest. So now you got to know all the plants and you got to know the length of time. So now, if you know that the pepper tree take 4 or 5 months to start to produce, let's say that, right? You want to plant the pepper tree in different stages. Like you want to plant pepper tree this month, and you're going to plant pepper tree next month. So now, when these already produce, the other set that you plant the following month, they're going to now start to produce, so you're able to harvest. Same thing with the tomato, same thing with the squash, same thing with the okra, same thing with the potato. You have to know the plant and you have to study the time frame that it takes for you able to harvest.
Where do you get this information from?
Experience. I get this information from experience. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot about gardening because I've been doing experiment for years. So all the experiment I did, now it conformed to me where in this garden I need to plant pepper, where I need to plant potato, where I need to plant tomatoes in order for me to get continuous harvest. So that's very important.
Okay. When do you start gardening?
Well, I started gardening from a very young age. My father had a farm. So because he had a farm, it's like I had no choice. So we had animals, we plant food. My mother used to take food to the market and sell. So I was always in gardening. I was always in gardening. You see, this is something I have is right now. Yeah, so gardening is really important to me. Why? Because in many ways I can help, I can share, I can give back. I can give back by teaching how to plant and take care of your garden. I can give back by giving certain people, give them food. Like these, I'm gonna give this to someone. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how it is.
Why do you think the teachers don't teach the students about planting and stuff?
You know why? I don't even understand why. I don't even understand why they don't teach students these things in school. Because I think This is important. Yes, you want them to go to college, you want them to study, and then when they're done, they owe student loan or whatever, a bunch of money, but they have no trade, they have no skill. All they have is what you teach them. And then now they got to compete for this job that they qualify for. So I think in school, you need to start teaching trade, start educating people about planting their own food and eat organic food. If you have the space, you should be able to plant your own food. So I believe they should be teaching gardening. I mean, some school do it. Some school do it, but not every school. Yes, guys. So this is my garden. This is my garden. And I was doing an interview because I want you guys to understand, know a little more about me and what I do and what I love and how I love gardening. All right. So I just hope that you guys, you see, every day in this garden, you could harvest every day. I tell you that. You could come in this garden and you could eat every day from this garden. You have to know the tricks. It's tricks and trade in this garden. If you want to plant your garden, you got to know the time frame of every plant. So if you know the time frame, you know when to plant them. So when you plant this crop, when you harvest from this other one gonna be now coming back. Then this other one gonna now start. Then by you catch yourself, this one start again. So you have to know your plan. Peace and love, my people.
All right, guys. All right, guys. I hope I didn't bore you guys, but I appreciate you guys sticking around and saw my interview I did a few years ago. Someone come in my garden and interview me, and you know. So I'm hoping that it was interested enough. All right, guys. Okay. Let's see. I will do a video show how big my head has grown. Okay. All right. Yes. Keep the video. All right. Great question. Hopefully, there is still a chance to pass on enough information to the younger generation. And this knowledge is being suppressed, and we use it for the fun. That's it. That's it. It's just sad, but what can you do? You know what I'm saying? It's just sad. It's so sad. It's so sad that as people today that see what's happening, see what's going on, see how things changing, people losing jobs, people losing homes, people homeless. This is what happening today. And not because it now reach your doorstep mean it cannot happen to you. And everybody just comfortable. Everybody went back to this comfort zone since they're able to go back. I mean, this information is valuable, but nobody interested in this information. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I'm gonna still do what I do for the few people who might interested. And you know what? Sometimes, like Fifi say, Fifi Johnny say, This information is being suppressed. You understand? They're not getting out to people. You know what I mean? There's people who have big backyard, big land, but have no idea how to put it together and really actually put a garden inside of it. This information could really help people, but if you're not, you know what I'm saying? But this is how it is. This is how it is. Good information suppressed and the negativity flies sky high because people more interested in negativity more than even learning how to provide for their family. And it's crazy, but that's how it is. It is what it is. Thank you, boy. Do appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. But guys, I cannot tell you what to do. Cannot tell you how to live your life. Your life is your life. You got to know what's best for you. It's all about you. Okay? If you feel like you don't need to go nothing, I understand. Everybody just got to live their life. And not everybody is gardeners. But when when you in a group of you in an area where you seeing people that's gardeners. You know what I'm saying? That let me just leave that right there, man. I ain't even going nowhere with that. At the end of the day, just do what best for you. That's all I can say. I'm gonna continue growing my food and I'm gonna continue share the information to the few people who are interested in learning or the few people who it reach. Once it reach 1, 2, 3 people, and you understand, and they apply it and get result from it, I'm happy. Because I'm not here to convince no one how to grow their food. You do it how you do it. I just do it a certain way, and I just show. And if you're interested, you could always try as well. But I'm not here to convince you from changing how you grow your food to transform to my style, my way. I have learned from older people, father, mother, uncle, grandfather, other people, brother, and I has used that method and I have take it to another level. Okay, so yes, I've learned so much from them, but I have take the knowledge, and this is the thing. You see what I'm saying? This is the thing. When we learn things, we're supposed to take it to another level. Our ancestors pass it down. We're supposed to take it and take it to another level. So we're supposed to be excelling and become great, greater and greater and greater. The knowledge, the information, not supposed to just settle one place. It's supposed to be something that continue and keep passing down to the younger generation. Do you understand? Do you guys understand that we, you know, this is why I listen to children, This is why I sit down and I listen to children and just allow them to speak. We sit down as human beings and just allow them to speak. Speak your mind. Let me hear. Because you know why? Because they have a lot of things and they write about it. They write. Why they write? Because a lot of us fail them. A lot of us fail the next generation. We fail them because all we believe is just give them some food and clothes, and that's it. No information. We ain't pass on no information to them. The information that our grandparents and foreparents passed on to us, we suppress it. So these kids just grow up. Most of these kids don't even know to catch a fire outdoors. Most of these kids don't understand any, because we ain't pass on nothing to them. And what happened now? Where they gonna pass on to their generation? Technology. Their generation that they're gonna pass on is gonna be technology, not information that we give them. And I hear kids say that before. I hear kids say that before. That this generation failed them. I'm not, when I say fail, don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong, because sometimes people take way say different. What I'm saying is passing down the knowledge. Not fail them by how you, no, that's not what I'm saying. The information that we have, we didn't take the time out to pass it down to the next generation. And if we don't do it, the next generation wouldn't know anything about farming, period. About growing their own food, period. Because sometimes the problem is sometimes we don't even know much less to pass it down. You see what I'm saying? So I believe, well, my opinion, if you have a skill, if you have the opportunity, and this is why I'm willing to share information about motivating and help. If you have the opportunity to acquire a skill from someone, you should make it your duty to pass that skill that you acquire from someone to someone else. Whether it's your kid or somebody who is interested. Because sometimes your child might be interested in what skill you have. They might be interested in something else. But put it this way. If you're on a job, right? If you're on a job, you learn a skill from someone. And you on a job, and you see there's people there who willing to learn. You understand? Remember, someone teach you. Remember that. So even though your child might be interested in your skill, even you are beg them for try to teach them and they're not interested, you should at least try to pass it on to someone, even on your job. If a person interested, you should not feel any way to pass it down to them. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how the knowledge passed down. If we be selfish with the information, it's gonna bury. Listen to me, I work on jobs before that people didn't want me to learn anything. You see what I'm saying? I work on job where people didn't want me to learn nothing. They used to pull with tools out my hands just for me not to learn anything. That's being selfish. That's people who block the knowledge from transform to another generation. So you have the information, but you feel threatened that if a younger person able to do the skill, you're gonna lose it. No, you don't operate like that. You pass it on. Maybe the same person with the skill you pass on might able one day to have a business to hire your child. You see what I'm saying? Or to hire a family member of you. So this is why I try to share this information, because this information is important. This information is information where that come from way back. And as we can see, in a few years from now, if we ain't try to pass down this information, that how you could grow your food, and so much thing you don't need to actually grow food, I think it will be a good idea. Because if we don't do it, the next generation would not have it. This information will be washed away in a few years if we don't pass it down. So it's not just gardening. I'm talking about any skill you have. Any skill you acquire, somebody teach you, you learn, you should at least try to pass it down to somebody else. It ain't got to be your child. It could be a family member. It could be a co-worker. Pass it on so the next generation have something to remember that this is how. Just like how we could look back and we could say, well, yes, our parents say they used to do it this way. They used to do that. They used to do this. They used to do that. But these kids these days hardly could say that. Yes, I know kids stubborn, but there's kids that willing to learn. So even though you don't want to thing, at least try with someone who interested, a co-worker. Yes, sometimes you on a job and you feel like, man, if I teach you my job, you might come and take away my job. No, that's a blessing. That's a blessing right there for you. Or you pass on something. No, that person have this information and could pass it down to some. So being selfish, number one, you might say, right? Put it this way. Because the universe operates in some ways that you might even understand. When you want to be selfish, right? Put it this way. You want to be selfish and you don't feel like, man, I don't want to pass on this information. Because you want to take next thing you want to take my job. Right? Whether you pass it yes or no, somebody still could take your job. Somebody might be able to come on the job and able to perform better than you and still take it. So either way you lose. So passing down the information, to me, it's a blessing. You feel good knowing that, I remember when this person was a little boy. No, look, the information you give them, now they're surviving from this information. Now they could feed their family from this information. What a blessing. But we all see things different. So that's just my opinion. Not telling you how to live your life. It's just an open discussion, all right? That's right. Do what works for you. Yes, that's how I see it. Just put up a video, a shorts with ginger flower bud. Okay. That's good, Dimo. Good to see you, Dimo. I see you for a while, man. Good to see you, man. Passing knowledge and sharing. Oh, yes, definitely. That's how, but that's my opinion, not telling you guys how to live, not here to convince anyone. But sometimes it's good to have this conversation because yes, people who actually might get something from it. Okay? Not here to convince anyone how to do your thing, because at the end of the day, it's your life. It's an open discussion where we're just having a discussion, and maybe sometimes you might be in an area and you mightn't see something. You mightn't see something for what it is. You see what I'm saying? We'll check it out after. All right. You mightn't see something for what it is, but by somebody breaking it down and explaining it a little, it might give you a more wider span of understand and make you start thinking more. You know what I mean? So it's not to make anybody feel any way. It's just a discussion, and everybody feel at their own way. Everybody feel like, some people feel like share the information. Some people feel like no, not doing it. Some people, and you see what happened to us and jobs, right? On jobs, which it do happen. I see people already bring people on jobs. I've seen it with my own eyes. And maybe that's why other people does say they're not bringing no one. Because I see people bring people on jobs before. And next thing I see, the people who they bring walk in and they get laid off. The people who bring them get laid off, and the people is still. So maybe people have them experience, and maybe people just decide, I'm not doing this again. Because yes, sometimes you try to help people and then it backfire on you. So I understand why some people might say, I'm not going to do it. I understand. So don't get me wrong. I understand. Okay? Because yes, some real kind of people out here sometimes, and I see people bring people on job and they try to get rid of them. So I see that and I understand that. But anyhow, guys, thank you guys for coming through again on this beautiful Thursday night. Truly appreciate you guys for coming through. Thank you guys as always. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. Peace, love, and blessing to you. Yes. Let me see. We'll check after the mode. Okay. Okay. That's why I pay. That's why it pays to be skillful. Definitely, skillful is a must, man. Learn to as much skill as you can. If you can master all, at least able to do it to an extent. If you have the opportunity, to able to learn, you should take the opportunity, because you never know. And then next year, once you pass on the information that you'll gain, believe me, you will feel good. Especially if you teach someone carpentry. I'm just putting it like that. You teach someone carpentry, right? And they're young, and whether young or whatever, you teach them, and then one day in life, you see the same person that you teach doing really good, and now they become such a great carpenter. That's supposed to make you feel good, because you know you changed the person's life. You help the person to learn that trade, and now they master the trade and living and feeding their family from it. So that's how I see it, but everybody don't see it that way. So as always, guys, Thank you guys for coming through. Thanks everyone for thank you guys for coming through. Appreciate each and every one of you. All right, Dimu, thank you, man. I appreciate you for coming through. Thank you so much. Okay. We definitely appreciate what you bring to channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, guys. So as always, man, just be positive, stay positive. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming through. All right, GT Junior, thank you. You're welcome, man. All right. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night, man. Stay positive, be positive, and as always, peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. Thank you guys again. All right, Boy Blue, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Peace.